Sit down. Anyway, awesome. I mean, I'm 36, and this is one of the things I had the opportunity that, when you get to a certain stage in your life and you go, and I'm sure Mr. Clark's been there over and over, it's like, you've felt success, you've done something, you've seen your dreams come to fruition, and you're like, what else is there? It's this. Better keep going for it. Lose track of that. But anyway, so here's what I want to share, some things real quickly, is why I'm here today. Why somehow somebody invited this kid from Lone Grove that has this 5-year-old business that started in Oklahoma in his home and now has a little bit bigger, and what's going to guide me forward. This is what I would impart with you today. First is stay hungry. And here's what I mean is that there's a fire inside of me that just drives me. I mean, it gets me up in the morning. I put my alarm on, but hey, I don't need it. It's because every single day I just feed this drive about doing something worthwhile with my life. And so stay hungry is my first. The second is do right and do good. It sucks. It really sucks to do right and do good, because what happens is it's the long-term plan with the short-term pain. I counted it up. We've had to part ways with over 10 people since we started in 2008, and that's 10 plus really. I don't actually know the actual number. Those hurt like hell. But it's about, like I said, it's about people, dummy. When you get off track and you lose focus of what you're doing, it's because you've forgotten that everything in life, including business, is about people. There are people that helped build my business, that are still building our business, that built Mr. Clark's business today. They get you there. They take you longer. And at the end of it, if you can do all these cool things and stuff and you run over people, it's going to suck. You're not going to be a very successful person, I think. You're going to be a lonely person. And but I sleep well because this principle, just do right. Now, that doesn't mean they believe you did right or did good. It just means that you know in your heart when you go lay your head down at night that I did what I was supposed to do and I felt right about it. Sometimes for me, that means giving people a little bit more than what I think really is fair, just because of this principle, do right, do good. I think that just resonates. It multiplies when you do those things. You're going to have an opportunity. You're going to be faced with decisions like you already are probably now to do wrong. You're going to get that short-term gain thing coming at you. And you're going to see it, and you're probably wondering about how to make payroll and all this stuff, and you're going to be tempted to do that, but you got to do good. That means perhaps you fail because you do good, because you don't take the short-term shortcut. But I promise you, if you do good, and you and I are friends, I'm going to want to do business with you again. And that's the principle that resonates. Do good and do right. Third is make friends everywhere. I love watching Mr. Clark. He was just meeting people. He probably has not met a stranger in his life. But I've just sought to make friends, and I have this confession to say, I want people to like me, and I want them to love me, But everywhere I go, everywhere I have been, all those jobs that I mentioned earlier, I've tried to make friends with people, because you know what? Those people become and do things. Now, first of all, it's just right to be kind in the world, but the other thing is, those people end up getting some job or going somewhere or having access to something, and if you're the nice guy and you do the right thing by people, they're going to remember that. My friends have, I love to help people and just, budding entrepreneurs. I'm a mentor of our startup accelerator here in Oklahoma City. I do that for free just because I want to help people. Somehow, karma, whatever, that's going to come back to me, but that's not primarily why I do it. You should do it because making friends, man, it's about caring for just humans, and that will be reflected as you build an organization or you lead people or whatever that is. And that root of this friend thing can come down to care, just caring about people. Work your ass off. I broke spades, didn't I? But I put dollar signs, so there's no shortcuts. Mr. Clark will tell you that. Lieutenant Governor Lamb will tell you. Sherry, all the people on this agenda will tell you there's no shortcuts. The overnight success thing is just a farce. It's a joke. Because I could just give you my little snippet and tell you this is what happened, and you can think, oh crap, he just arrived on the scene and that happened. No, it was years of work. Just tireless work that none of you guys saw. Nobody hardly saw. My parents didn't see me working my butt off. They didn't see me at 1 a.m. doing a blog post or emailing at my lunch hour or every chance I can, and you cannot short-circuit success without hard work. And too many people seem like that's just, here's a magic pill, and let's just do it, and it's gonna blossom. And there's no way. There's 37 years plus of hard work there to build what he's done, 5+ years, and that goes back to when I was in high school, just wanting to be an entrepreneur. All this stuff, all the books I read, and all that kind of stuff. It's just there's no shortcut. I put in my time. You've got to do that too. And that doesn't mean I just stop now. It means I always work my butt off. It doesn't mean I can just coast. So I put this down. I don't want to be given anything. That's a gift. I don't get credit for that. I don't get to look back at this and go, man, we did something special together. I want to earn it. That means hard work, guys. Success without hard work is a trust fund. Somebody's done all that hard work beforehand and put your name on it, okay? So it means hard work. You know why I love working hard? Because I love my work. And you got to find something that aligns with who you are. But I love working hard because that means it's mine. That sweat and blood and all that all those years and all that work is mine. Nobody's gave that to me, handed it to me on a golden platter. Okay, the fifth is learn and grow or wither and die, which means I'm always reading. I have my iPhone with me, and I have the Kindle app on it. I've got 150 plus books on it now. It means Lindsay and Matt will tell you I eat books for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're great for fiber. But I read constantly because it's the cheapest, most effective way to learn. Think about it. $15, $20. If you buy it on the Kindle, it's probably $9 or $10. And so, man, I have just gleaned. When I started iThemes in 2008, I had managed in my career a part-time person at that time. Now we've got 20 plus people. How do you think I got there? Well, first is I'm smart enough to know how dumb I am. So I go find people that help me, and find people like Matt, 24 years old, who is now the chief operating officer of our company, and somehow we just figure it out together, But it's because I read books, and I love listening to people. I was writing notes as Mr. Clark was talking because, when am I going to have the opportunity to hear his living, breathing success story in Oklahoma? 6 is never ever peak. I call this Letterman jacket syndrome. You know the guys that peaked in high school? They hit the peak, right? And they were, I'm sorry. I was meaning that to be serious. But anyway, in high school, and I don't have one. I was a geek. I was the second shortest kid in my class, so I didn't grow up until college, and I could snow ski, though. But anyway, never ever hit your peak. That means that you don't hold on to previous glory, that you're not carrying around this Letterman jacket because you're thinking, gosh, this is the peak of my life, and it never ever gets better. Man, that's not the way I want to live. I want to live like this, up. Now, you're going to have plateaus. You're going to have these things where you have to rest. You have to figure things out. And sometimes you're going to go down a little bit because you're going to have crisis and obstacles and stuff. But the upward trajectory of my life is I want it to be like this. Because the day that I stop doing this is the day I die, that I plateau. And so onward and upward is what I said. There's always a mountain to climb. You heard it. He has earned the right to coast. He really has. But he's not going to. Why is he here today trying to inspire you guys? It's because upward and onward. He's got more things to do. By the way, as you go up in life and you feel success in terms of money and status and all that kind of stuff, you will invariably, I promise you this, look at the news, start to look downward too. You'll start to think, look, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they reached so many, peaks. And now they're trying to help people across, Africa or whatever it is. But anyway, So, okay, what do doctors call being plateaued? Death, right? That's what it is when you stop learning and growing. I don't want to waste my life on autopilot. So 7th is never lose sight of what life is really about. And here's what I mean. So you're doing all these things, right? And I've gotten so utterly consumed with my business at times that I've forgotten some of this. But this drives me today and will drive me forward tomorrow. If I ever forget this, somebody shoot me. Because what is all this stuff, everything, the success that you might have, whatever your definition of success is, if you don't remember, it comes back to these things. Shoot. Anyway, so you can do all this stuff, right? You can make millions and you can build companies and you can win championships. I mean, look at the people on this lineup. But if you run over people, if you forget the people you love most, which is why I told you my titles are what, being dad and being hugs and all that kind of stuff, what matters most to me is you have nobody to celebrate it with. I don't want to be on some peak and mountaintop and yippee-yay, and everything and look around and go, damn, it's lonely. So it's empty. So that's the foot of my baby. That's what humbles you. I mean, this is the first time I've had the opportunity to be a dad. And when you see that, it wrecks you. You can be, I don't care who you are, President of the United States, you see your baby sit on ultrasound, and it'll humble you and you cry like a baby. I'm an emotional basket. Because they didn't tell you that dads, your body changes too. So, I'm done after this. I say, when people ask me about my journey, I was at the right time, I was at the right place, I had the right partners, and I was ready. So you can do all those things, but if you're not ready, and that means in volleyball terms, I used to coach volleyball and play a little bit, is that you got to be on your toes and not on your heels. When you're on your heels is when you're going to get, pushed back and you're going to lose the point. When you're on your toes, that's when you're nimble. So do all these things. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow and today, right? Is I'm going to be ready for the next opportunity. So that's what I'd encourage you. Anyway, that's me. That's my email, Twitter, and that's where I blog. So if you have anything after this, please feel free. Do you want me to show you more baby pics?